Creating a dynasty is the ultimate goal that every team and every sport constantly strives for, but it's an incredibly difficult task, especially in the NBA. Players demand trades. Coaches eventually move on, no matter how great they are. Injuries can rob athletes of their prime years. However, some teams have been able to find the right combination of players, coaches, and management and dominate the NBA for a number of seasons. Let's take a look at the greatest NBA dynasties of all time. San Antonio Spurs, 1999 to 2017. San Antonio's longevity is unmatched when talking about the greatest NBA dynasties. From 1999 to 2017, the Spurs were coached by Greg Popovich, who helped lead San Antonio to 5 championships and 6 finals appearances, while winning 72% of their games over a near 20-year run. The Spurs won their first championship in 1999 behind the Twin Towers, David Robertson and Tim Duncan, who won the title again together in 2003 before Robertson retired. But by then, the Spurs were loaded. A young French point guard by the name of Tony Parker steered the Spurs ship over the next decade, flanked by Argentinian wing Manu Ginobili, who both helped San Antonio win championships in 2005 and 2007. After failing to reach the finals over the next 6 years, the Spurs returned in 2014 when an aging Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili were catapulted to another championship by 22-year-old Kyle Leonard, who won Finals MVP and helped San Antonio beat LeBron James in 5 games. Chicago Bulls, 1989 to 1998. From 1989 to 1998, the Chicago Bulls won 6 championships. They won 3 in a row from 1991 to 93, and then captured their second three-peat from 1996 to 1998. But what's most remarkable about the Bulls' 2 three-peats is how much roster turnover there was between them. Only 2 players, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, along with head coach Phil Jackson, bridged the gap between three-peats as the Bulls and general manager Jerry Krause filtered through a slew of role players whose games meshed perfectly with Chicago stars. A year later, he was back and teamed with Pippen, who in Jordan's 1-year absence had led the Bulls all the way to the East semifinals to win 3 more championships alongside Tony Kukoc and Dennis Rodman. Then, in 1998, Jordan stepped away for a second time, this time for good. Well, until he came back again, but this time with the Washington Wizards in 2001. Boston Celtics, 1957 to 1969. Across the NBA's 70-plus year history, we've never seen a run in sports like the Boston Celtics' 11 titles in 13 years from 1957 to 1969, and more specifically from 1959 to 1966, when Boston captured 8 championships in a row. And the odds are that we'll never see a dynasty like the Celtics ever again. Granted, the Celtics played in the pre-expansion NBA, and 8 of their 11 championships came when there were fewer than 10 teams in the league. The Celtics, along with their Hall of Fame coach Red Auerbach, didn't have to worry about a salary cap or losing arguably the greatest defender in NBA history, Bill Russell, to free agency either. Boston displayed a dominance that was previously unheard of throughout basketball, or any sport for that matter. After winning their first 13 titles in 1957, but then losing in 1958, Auerbach made a shrewd off-season acquisition, guard K.C. Jones, who teamed with Russell to help take the Celtics dynasty to another level. Boston then rattled off 9 straight championships before losing in the East semifinals to Wilt Chamberlain's Philadelphia 76 ERs in Russell's first season as player-coach after he replaced Auerbach. Boston won 2 more titles, 1968 and 69, before Russell retired, bringing the Celtics dynasty to an end. Los Angeles Lakers, 1980 to 1991. If any modern-day team has come close to matching the Celtics' dominance during Russell's reign over the NBA, it may be the Los Angeles Lakers, who from 1980 to 1991 made the finals 9 times in 12 seasons, winning 5 NBA championships. After drafting Magic Johnson in 1979, he teamed with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to win the first title of the Lakers dynasty in 1980. 2 years later, after a disappointing exit in the first round of the playoffs, Pat Riley took over as coach and the Lakers won again in 1982. Losses in back-to-back finals first to the Celtics, then to the 76 ERs, looked to possibly derail the Lakers, but they bounced back to win in 1985 over the Celtics, becoming the first team other than Boston to win a championship at the Boston Garden. The Lakers didn't reach the finals in 1986, but were back a season later, beating the Celtics to win the championship in 1987, and then the Pistons to win their first back-to-back titles of their dynasty. But it would be their last championship of that era, as Kareem retired in 1989, and Magic stepped away 2 years later after he was diagnosed with HIV. Golden State Warriors, 2015 to 2022. The Warriors dynasty was brief, lasting just 7 seasons from 2015 to 2022. But one could argue that Golden State's dominance was unparalleled across NBA history, especially considering the competition that the Warriors faced. After Steve Kerr's arrival as head coach in 2015, the Warriors reached the finals in 5 straight seasons, winning the championship in 2015, 2017, and 2018. In 2015, it was the Steph Curry show. Curry won MVP and then led the Warriors past LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. The Warriors won an NBA record 73 regular season games a year later, but fell to James and the Cavs in the finals in 2016. But that summer, Golden State was able to sign Kevin Durant that summer, who immediately propelled the Warriors back to the finals. Behind Curry, Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, the Warriors then won 2 straight championships, both over Cleveland. In 2019, Golden State was on the cusp of another championship, but season-ending injuries to Durant and Thompson in the finals ended Golden State's run, though they managed to win 1 more ring in 2022 after eliminating the Boston Celtics in the finals. Miami Heat, 2011 to 2014. Miami's Big Three never won 6 or 7 championships like LeBron James predicted when he took his talents to South Beach in 2010. Not sick. But James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh still earned their dynasty status by winning 2 championships and reaching the finals 4 times from 2011 to 2014. In their first season together, the Heat initially struggled, getting out to only 9-8 over their first 17 games together. But a players-only meeting soon thereafter shifted the team's focus and ultimately ended up changing their fortunes. That year, the Heat fell short of a title and lost in the finals to the Dirk Nowitzki-led Mavs, but were back a season later and captured their first championship when they beat Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City Thunder. The Heat went back-to-back a season later, beating the Spurs in 7 games, but San Antonio got their revenge, beating the Heat 4 games to 1 in 2014 and ending Miami's free dynasty for good.